Okay, now that we have successfully installed OBS, let's take a closer look at the workbench. So on the top half, we have a black window, which basically is the working place where we can see the composition of the individual pictures later on. On the lower half, we see different panes like scenes, audio mixer, sources, scene transitions, and controls. So to get it a little bit tidied up, I prefer to put them on a stack, so we simply can just drag and drop all of these elements and place them on another one. So we create a nice stack of working panes. And here on the bottom, we can switch between. This enables us also to reduce the size of the window a bit, which is useful for several reasons, as we see later. So how to work now with OBS? So the basic concept is that we are creating individual scenes and we integrate different sources like a picture of a video camera or a program or a monitor or whatever you would like to see. So I start with renaming the existing scene, and I just rename it by right-clicking and I call it my first scene. There we go. And now I would like to integrate, let's say, the picture from one of my monitors and the picture of a webcam. So I switch to sources. I'm already there. And by clicking the plus sign, we can select which source we prefer to integrate. And in my case, I say display capture, which enables me to select a display. And I create the new display. I call it monitor 1 and say OK. And now I can select which display I prefer to see. So I would like to see my Surface Studio, which is display 2, and where we can see my PowerPoint presentation. Now I say OK, and the resolution is very high, so it's much too big, and we can simply by drag and drop, we can reduce the size a bit to make it fitting to the screen. Maybe like this. This is pretty fine. And that's it. And now we already see the picture from one of our monitors. So if I move over to here and I scroll across, then you will see all my presentation stuff that we've seen before. That's pretty fine. And now we also would like to see a picture of the camera. So I integrate a second element. I say plus again, and now I say video capture device. I call it my Brio for XCam. That's the type of it. I have several cameras connected. And so I can select which camera I would like to choose. And I select the Brio 4K. There we go. Let's say OK. And now you see a picture of myself. I'm sitting in front of a green screen. You see the microphone and everything else. So basically what we have now is we have an image composed from 2 different sources. And you can rearrange them, you can adjust the size, whatever you like. What is sometimes useful, you also can create a different sorting order, like putting it up and down. So in that case now the monitor screen is over the camera screen, so we don't see it anymore. But this can also be useful to integrate the logo or stuff like that. And what you also can do is you can select with this eye symbol here, for example, which elements you would like to see or which you like to cover. And that's basically our first scene. And some useful thing here is also if you take a look at the result of it. So you can create something that is called a projector. And by right-clicking right here, you can select if you want to have a full screen projector, then a complete monitor is used as a projector. Or if you use a windowed projector like this, and then you get a window. And this is basically what comes out of OBS. Okay, so this is our first scene with 2 pictures. So far, so good. And now I would suggest to play around with this and create a second scene. Let's call it Big Me with picture. And in this second scene, you should integrate an image You can choose any image that you want, and you should integrate a picture of yourself taken from the camera in a much bigger size. Okay, so let's pause the video for a while and let's check out if you can work this out. Okay, hopefully you experimented with it and maybe you had some success. So let's take a look how to do it. We say plus, we integrate an image. I call it background. Okay, some background image. We just select any image file. For example, I have one already here. In my resources, I take the iceberg again. That's my background image. I'm fine with that. Okay. And I would like to put myself in front of this image. So again, I select a camera, so a video capture device. I use the existing camera that I already have. There we go. And here it's a little bigger me in front of a picture. This is not so attractive yet, but at least you get the concept that you have different scenes and you can switch between the scenes. And here you see the result. And this is what your audience will see.